Good afternoon. It is Tuesday, August 30th. Skipped yesterday. Played D&D with my buddies after work, which was fun. We've missed the last couple of weeks, so nice to get back to it. Now today, I am going to take the chicken that I picked up at Costco over the weekend and make myself some buffalo chicken dip. Ah, wonderful. And of course it's Tuesday, so I will also watch a movie for movie day. Of course, nearly done with this shelf. I don't have to stick with it. I can get it done by the end of the year, but I might as well. Because I haven't looked at the rest of the movies enough to know what else I'd want to watch. Might as well just stick with it. And watch Stanley Kubrick's Full Metal Jacket. The main memory that I have of this film is that it's like two movies, because like it switches main characters halfway through, and I don't know that it actually does. Maybe I just paid more attention to a secondary character at the beginning, and then later on, like, oh wait, no, I was supposed to be paying attention to that guy. About war and training for war before that, I suppose. But yeah, don't think I'm gonna be happy with it. It'll probably be well shot, a quality film. I'll watch Full Metal Jacket. And giving a rating to Full Metal Jacket actually isn't all that easy. I suppose the thing is, the ratings that I give are a combination of both how good the movie is and how much I like it. And it's a good movie. I don't like it. I appreciate it. But the themes and subject of the film are rough. It ain't a feel-good kind of story. It's heavy. I will give it a 7.2 out of 10. Noting that that is a balance between the weight that it has and the actual quality of the movie. Because the quality of the movie is definitely higher, but man, it's heavy. From the back of the box, a superb ensemble cast falls in for action in Stanley Kubrick's brilliant saga about the Vietnam War and the dehumanizing process that turns people into trained killers. Joker, Matthew Modine, Animal Mother, Adam Baldwin, Gomer, Vincent D. Onofrio, 8-Ball, Dorian Harewood, Cowboy, Arliss Howard, and more are all plunged into a boot camp hell pitbulled by Leatherlung D.I. Lee Ermey, who views the would-be devil dogs as grunts, maggots, or something less. The action is savage, the story unsparing, the dialogue sparked with scathing humor. Full Metal Jacket, from its rigors of basic training to its nightmare of combat in Hughes City, scores a cinematic direct hit. Much of that description there was talking about boot camp. Boot camp is the first 30, maybe 40 minutes of what is just about a 2-hour movie. Boot Camp is movie 1. Vietnam War is movie 2. To step aside and say some things. This movie says made in 1987. It's as old as I am. Noticing that. And one thing I do have to say positive for it that I really loved and appreciated was its use of popular music. It did really good. It had some good music in it. And used well. From Boots Are Made from Walking, as one of the Vietnamese prostitutes is walking up to the couple of groups of soldiers, to soldiers marching through flames in the night, singing amongst themselves the Mickey Mouse Club theme. I don't know, there's just things of the way it uses music to set a mood, often juxtaposed maybe to what the action on scene is. Anyways, back to discussion of the two movies. Boot Camp follows Gomer as our main character. Gomer is not having an easy time at boot camp. He is not good. And the story of that follows the progress of him being broken as a human being. About being worn down and emotionally destroyed. Until on the last night on the island, after they've all made it through, he just kind of gives in to the insanity that has taken over him. And he shoots his DI, his the guy who's been orchestrating the nightmare that he's gone through for a couple months. The drill instructor. And then himself. Which, 30 to 40 minutes into a movie, to have your main character shoot himself is kind of confusing. Now, during that story, as he was being broken, there was someone that at a certain point was assigned to help him, and that helped him with a little more care. One of his fellow Marines in training, Joker. Our story then picks up and follows Joker. Joker is the main character going through Vietnam. He is in journalism. Stars and Stripes. He's writing the news articles for the troops out there. Gotta keep morale up. It's from him that we get this lovely imagery on the cover. The combination of a peace sign and Born to Kill written on his helmet. Dichotomy of man, I suppose. But it follows Joker, who at the start is sort of on the back lines. You know, things are easy, but things move, and he ends up closer to the front lines of combat as he's doing his work. And of course his work, he's a fully trained Marine. It also involves that, but he's not primarily in combat. That's as needed. Journalism first, until combat needed. But he's gone from a position near the command post where combat's rarely needed to a position where it starts being needed more and more. And we go through story, and it says scathing humor. I mean, it's jokes about, again, the dehumanizing process and the dehumanizing situations they're in Vietnam. Jokes about Vietnamese prostitutes. Jokes as one of the Marines is mowing down what's probably civilians from a helicopter. And they're kind of talking, and basically, a couple of guys from the journalism corps that are just basically being made sick by his actions, as he, is boasting his kill counts and stuff, and they're like, you kill women and children. He's like, yeah. And like, how can you do that? And he's like, well, it's easy. You just don't lead them as much. So again, scathing humor. I'm like, you leaned heavier on the scathing, lighter on the humor. But again, these are people going through war. War is hell. They are watching their friends, people that they consider brothers, die all around them. It's very clear many of them don't necessarily buy the line that's being fed as why they're there, to help these people, to help the Vietnamese people. Because it doesn't seem that the Vietnamese people want the help. So why are they there? But they are. Because that's what they do. Anyways. We go through several scenes, going back and forth, from some combat to interacting with some of the people, and some of the humor that falls into those situations. It's humor in such a dark situation. It's like, by comparison to the shooting, I guess it's more humor than that. Until we end up with the last sort of segment of scene where the squadron, the group that Joker is put with, finds himself in an area a little off course. One of their men down from a sniper, and they're trying to recover them, and someone else gets down. They're trying to take out the sniper. They're a squadron, there's only one person there, and the next person goes down before they're able to get into the building where the sniper is held up and immobilize the sniper. A young woman. And at the point where she is choking and dying and saying, "Shoot me, shoot me, shoot me," as she suffers. And the headstrong individual who is apparently now in command basically says, leave her, let's go. And Joker says, no, we can't do that. And he kind of turns to him, he's like, okay. If you don't think so, shoot her. And while Joker is definitely seen some gunfire, he's not stared someone in the face and shot them. And he does. Yeah, it's a mercy killing. She's there, she's dying. But he just kind of stares. Because they said earlier in the show, you knew he hadn't been in combat. He didn't have the 1,000-yard stare. But he does. And at least where the movie ends, he's still alive. And he's glad for it. But it's war. And so, it's not a happy movie. I don't like it. But it is a powerful movie. And it is an emotional movie. And it at least passes itself off as a realistic representation. It doesn't feel sugar-coated. I don't know. I've never been to war. I couldn't do that. I could not be that person. But it's heavy. It's a heavy movie. But it's on the shelf, so I had to watch it at some point this year, so I got it out of the way. Whew. Okay. I'm gonna try and find like some funny YouTube videos and cheer myself up. I'll call it a night. Thank you for joining me and join me as my journey continues. Bye.